Time to know the news of the week. I'm Hannah Tabios. This is the MB Rundown. Citing the principle of command responsibility, Philippine Military Academy or PMA Superintendent Lieutenant General Ronnie Evangelista has resigned from his post following the death of PMA Cadet 4th Class Darwin Dormitorio due to hazing. Evangelista announced his resignation on Tuesday, along with Commandant of Cadets Brigadier General Bartolome Vicente Bacaro, who also tendered his resignation. In a statement, Evangelista stressed that it was wrong for a cadet to die in the hands of his fellow cadets, citing that maltreatment is wrong in the country's premier military academic institution. For his part, Bacaro identified the cadets considered as suspects in the death of Dormitorio. The Academy announced the sanctions after they have completed the investigation. A total of 4 PMA cadets were expelled, including Cadets 3rd Class Shalimar Imperial and Felix Lumbag, who are Dormitorio superiors directly involved in the incident. The resigned PMA said the PMA will take the incident as the opportunity to cleanse its ranks and further professionalize the institution's aspect of education and training. The Department of National Defense commended the resignation of PMA officials, saying that it was a hallmark of true leadership. In recent times, no ranking official of the Academy has resigned due to command responsibility after a controversy. Meanwhile, on Thursday, Dormitorio's 3rd batchmate was also taken to a hospital in Quezon City after showing signs of maltreatment and was suspected to have sustained pancreatic lacerations. The Baguio City Police earlier said Dormitorio could have been maltreated due to a missing combat boots of a graduating cadet. The Senate has approved to release the identities of rogue police officers, or the so-called ninja cops, tagged in the alleged Agaw Bato or drug recycling scheme. Senate President Vicente Soto III said on Tuesday that 17 senators during the plenary session voted in favor of releasing the names of rogue police officers who allegedly recycle illegal drugs that are seized in legitimate police operations. The move came after former CIDD chief and now incumbent Baguio City Mayor Benjamin Magalong revealed during the Senate inquiry that the alleged modus operandi could still be operating until now. He even noted the participation of some high-ranking police officials, which prompted the lawmakers to ask him to divulge their identities. The names and information of those who were involved were already gathered during the Blue Ribbon and Justice Committee's executive session last week. The Philippine National Police, or PNP, however, made a request on Tuesday asking the Senate to exercise due diligence in protecting the rights of the police against undue persecution. But the upper chamber said they are now leaving the matter up to President Rodrigo Duterte as they are about to forward the list to the chief executive. After the dengue outbreak and the resurgence of polio in the country after 2 decades, a confirmed case of diphtheria also emerged in Manila this week. This after an elementary student died due to a highly communicable bacterial infection, according to a school official of Jacinto Zamora Elementary School. The 10-year-old grade 4 student died last September 20, hours after she was diagnosed with diphtheria. Diphtheria is a serious bacterial infection which typically causes a sore throat, fever, swollen glands, and weakness. But the health department said the public should not be alarmed by the recent reports on diphtheria emerging in some parts of the country. Rather, they urge parents to ensure that their children should receive complete dose of all recommended vaccines. At least 7 rowers of the 21-member Boracay Dragon Force Team died after its boat capsized off Sitio Linganay in Barangay Manok-Manok, Boracay Island. The tragedy occurred on Wednesday morning while the team is doing a training run in preparation for an international competition in Taiwan. The Philippine Coast Guard or PCG confirmed the 3 female and 4 male bodies were already retrieved on Wednesday, while the rest of the team survived the incident. The fatalities were identified as follows. Based on the initial investigation of the Malay police station, the boat overturned due to strong waves. PCG spokesman Captain Armand Balilo also said that no one from the team wore life vests during the training, as it was already a normal routine for athletes. He stressed that dragon boat training is also not covered by the PCG's regulations on life vests. The Philippine Olympic Committee or POC expressed their grief over the incident. The agency said it will provide financial assistance to the bereaved families. U.S. President Donald Trump's online comment against young climate activist Greta Thunberg has ignited outrage on social media. In his Twitter account, Trump mocked Thunberg by posting a seemingly sarcastic comment as a response to her earlier statement lashing out to world leaders about betraying her generation by not doing enough to combat the adverse effects of climate change. Among those who criticized Trump was former White House Communications Director Anthony Scaramucci, who recently withdrew his support for the U.S. leader. Trump and Thunberg earlier crossed paths at the United Nations Climate Summit. The 16-year-old Swedish activist has attracted worldwide attention last year when she skipped school to protest against inaction on climate change. Meanwhile, these are the other top news of the week.
A former barangay chairwoman in Manila who has been tagged as drug queen will be placed on the Bureau of Immigration's lookout list, according to Justice Secretary Minardo Guevara. She was identified as Gia Gomez Castro of Sampaloc, Manila. The secretary made assurance after reports circulated that Castro has already left the country amid death threats. Justice Undersecretary Mark Parete explained that those in the Immigration Lookout Bulletin Order, or ILBO, is picked up by the International Criminal Police Organization, or Interpol. President Rodrigo Duterte has signed the Judges at Large Act of 2019 on Wednesday. The newly signed law has created 150 positions for judges at large nationwide, aimed at easing the overload of cases in trial courts. The judges at large are entitled to salaries, privileges, allowances, emoluments, benefits, rank and title of a regional or municipal trial judge. Senator Richard Gordon, author and sponsor of the bill, said that justice is delayed due to clogged dockets of the courts, citing that the new law would help the speedy disposition of cases. Indonesian authorities said that the fires were discovered on the alleged lands of Singapore-based companies Hutan Ketapang Industry and other two pulp giants, Asia Pulp and Paper in April. Singapore's National Environment Agency said it is monitoring the haze situation in Indonesia, although it was not yet taken any action against the companies.
Let's take a quick recap of the MB rundown for today, September 27. Philippine Military Academy Chief Lieutenant General Ronnie Evangelista has resigned from his post over the death of a plebe cadet due to hazing. The Senate approves the release of identities of ninja cops involved in the alleged agaw bato or drug recycling scheme. After the dengue outbreak and polio resurgence in the country, a confirmed case of diphtheria emerges in Manila. At least 7 rowers of Boracay Dragon Force Team die as both capsizes off Boracay Island, and U.S. President Donald Trump's sarcastic tweet against climate activist Greta Thunberg ignited online outrage. And that's the MB Rundown. I'm Hannah Tagit.